Use a linear gradient and a layer mask to gradually blend a photo into the background paper behind it. Hi, this is Jen White from Digital Scrapper, the very best place on the web to find complete and professional instruction for digital scrapbooking. We help you get your stories told. This video is being filmed in Photoshop Elements, but the instructions are exactly the same for Adobe Photoshop, except where noted. Here in Expert Mode of Photoshop Elements, I already have open the quick page from the download that was included with this video. In the Layers panel, click on the visibility icon of the cluster layer to hide it, and then click on the paper layer to activate it. Press the letter D to reset the color chips to the default of black over white, and then open a photo that would work well filling 3/4 of your scrapbook page. Get the Move tool, and then holding down the Shift key, click and drag the photo onto the quick page. In the Layers panel, the photo layer should have landed directly above the paper layer. If it didn't, drag it there now. Next, press Ctrl-T, Command-T on a Mac to get the transform options. And then press Ctrl-0, Command-0 on a Mac to fit the bounding box to your viewing area. With the handles of the bounding box visible, you can click and drag on those handles to resize the photo. But most importantly, you need to click and drag inside that bounding box and place the subject of your photo over to the left side of the page. For the design of this particular page, I'd also recommend that the edges of the photo extend past the edges of the document. After you're finished resizing and repositioning, click the check mark to commit, and then press Ctrl+, that's Command+ on a Mac, to zoom in on the scrapbook page so that it better fills your viewing area. And now we're ready to add a gradient mask. Get the gradient tool, and in the tool options, open the gradient picker, then open the drop-down menu and choose Default. Choose the foreground to transparent gradient. If you don't see the names of the gradients, click on the flyout menu and choose Large List. Instructions for the gradient picker in Adobe Photoshop can be found in the manual. Also, in the tool options, set the mode to normal, the opacity to 100%. Check all three options, reverse, transparency, and dither, and then click on the linear gradient icon. Because reverse is checked in the tool options, your gradient goes from transparent to black, which means when you click and drag from left to right, the opacity of the gradient is going to increase from left to right instead of decrease. Now, with the gradient options set in the Layers panel, the photo layer should still be the active layer. Then click on the Add Layer Mask icon. The foreground color chip should be black. If it's not, press the letter X, and then on the document, hold down your Shift key to maintain the direction of the gradient, and click and drag from the place that you want the gradient to start until the place that you want the gradient to end. I'm going to click and drag just a couple inches on my document. When you let go, the gradient will be applied as a non-destructive layer mask in the Layers panel. If you don't like the look of the gradient, you can simply press Ctrl-Z, Command-Z on a Mac to undo and apply the gradient again. And then at this point, you can finish your scrapbook page by going into the Layers panel, clicking on the visibility icon of the cluster layer to reveal it, and then click on the cluster layer to activate it. Get the Move tool, and click and drag the cluster into place. You want the center of the cluster to be positioned about the center of the gradient. So I'd probably move this over just a little bit more to the left. And then to finish things up, you'll want to add a title and a little bit of journaling. Also, remember to crop your document and save it as a layered PSD document with a unique name. You'll find step-by-step instructions for doing all the things mentioned in this video in the manual that accompanied the download. If you'd like to learn more about Photoshop Elements or Adobe Photoshop, or if you'd like to fill in the gaps of your learning, check out Quick Learn by Linda Satgast. You'll find a link to this class as well as a coupon code in the manual. So that's how to use a linear gradient to gradually blend a photo into a background paper. This has been Jen White with Digital Scrapper.